all know these are his hands, so give him a chance to see what the heck this is.
It's like, this is not good.
So we go through a little bit of a process the first time to make the horse comfortable, make him comfortable with me, make him comfortable with this weird, funky box thing that we're going to do. So typically what I'll do is I'll start by just rubbing his body down a little bit with this lube so he can see and touch and taste it. You'll understand it, but most people don't. I always start like this, it's the old vet trick, because if I just turn the machine on and let him feel that, that might be a little too much. So do this for a little bit, make him comfortable. So when he feels that thump with all this, I can take my hand away and there's not a... So I will... Okay, a lot of the time it's just a matter of feeling the...
See his stomach moving right away?
So we have found over the years that this is a very relaxing spot to start treatment for the horse. It doesn't matter the injury or the issue or the age. It seems that this is a real good emotionally positive spot where the horse will become relaxed after that. So let's just see how his left front shoulder is feeling.
Can you feel it in your hand too?
No. Think of it like a hair drop.
Right, so you move that.
So it's feeling a little bit right up in here.
It's like a massage. That's very good. So does it make a difference when it's trying to get that bandage?
No, it'll go right through it.
We can pulse through lead.
Yeah, what's the
There is
been a couple times.
literally nothing that stops this because it's electromagnetic. Okay. Now you'll understand this again. He's barely even noticing I'm here, and this is the injury site. So this is definitely not an acute pain. So if there's an acute issue with the horse, it's not coming from here. It is just a guess, but I bet the right front, something like that, is compensating for the left. That's what the acute issue is.
Who's a good question?
I created him on
Okay, we're just to see. Bring him over just a little bit closer.
Okay, I know.
So he's feeling something. Come right underneath him.
Well, if he goes backwards, I want to be able to do it. So I'll sit over here. Hi. Krista, will you grab that shovel and rake? Yep, this is. I don't want to do that. Go backwards.
Remember your shoulder? Okay, now I come to a different spot. So this is the one spot that he's not even letting me get anywhere closer to. So I would imagine that he's got some sort of acute. Look at the other side, okay? The second I get to the nerve, right past here, let's see. So typically if a spot's way too sensitive to treat right over it, we'll just treat the surrounding muscle because the nerve will send. Yeah. Yeah, not too far.
Do you want this too? I know, I
Yeah, Shockwave got banned for 3 years in LA, like I said, years ago, because before they knew what it did, they were using it as an analgesic to deaden nerves, and they were running horses in pain until they were putting them down because they didn't realize they were injured. So your Shockwave, the goal of Shockwave is you're using current from the wall. When I say current from the wall, like, hey, stuck my paper clip in the electrical socket, got a zap. You're doing that with the goal to get the sort of the nerve to twitch or stretch to get out whatever is trapped inside. So they'll say, oh, you get a detox with the horse or an energy boost and all that. I would say, my personal experience, maybe 10-15% of shockwave treatments work. The rest is, well, we shockwave. Shockwave. There's not a lot of strong science behind the shockwave, and there's like 7 or 8 manufacturers of the technology. So it's got the acute muscle pain, fantastic. Chronic issue, bone tendons, cartilage that's not regenerating, that's not the shockwave. It's not the sort of tool that's in the box.
Now what about using this on dogs?
Great. We have a Jack Russell at home, me personally, and my former business partner had an almost 300-pound Rottweiler that would really give it a treatment. So you guys can see, especially because you felt it, it's not like this is a weak treatment. This is not bothering the horse. The acute pain, and like I said, I'm not talking nothing about horses, except this, the acute pain is up that right front because they don't want, the horse doesn't want it to treat. Okay? Now you'll feel as I come here, you'll feel a pulse go right to you.
he's even afraid that I'm going to go on the other side.
So how long is a typical treatment?
Anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, depends on the injury, depends on what's going on. There's a few factors. In a case like this, a horse like this, we would use, we make a pulse blanket. So instead of one big coil like this to treat a spot, a blanket goes over the body and there's a series of small coils. So you know the boom boom feeling you felt? Instead of boom boom, it would be more like a bunch of fingers tapping, less intense all over the body. We had a vet help us find some key acupuncture points. So we're hitting 7 energy meridians, get a systemic treatment. So in that case, 12 minutes over the entire body. Example, I use double bowed tendon. That would be something where we would do 4 times a week, about 15 minutes. And we make a small little wrap, so we would put it directly just over the tendon and just treat it from several different angles. Now obviously, as you guys know, the lowered head here is a good sign because he's not ready to run. But now that he's past the, what the heck is this thing? This is weird, and he's gotten used to it a little bit. Not quite as well, but he's still holding away that right shoulder, same way that we do when we have an injury where we're holding something back.